Well, good morning and welcome to day 27 of the Bible Memory Challenge. Today we're looking at Philippians chapter 1, verse 27. And I will go ahead and forewarn you, this is a long verse. This is a challenging verse. However, this is a fantastic verse to memorize. This is one of these verses that you really want to know and own, that you can pray to yourself, that you can speak to yourself, you can preach to yourself. Just a fantastic verse that I think you will enjoy learning, though it will be challenging, but I've got some things that I want to share with you that I hope will make learning this verse easier. But go back, do your review work from yesterday's verse, and once you feel comfortable with that and you're ready to move on, let's look at verse 127. Only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of you, that you are standing firm in one spirit, with one mind, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel. 127. Only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ, so that whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of you, that you are standing firm in one spirit, with one mind, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel. So, first of all, think about what Paul is saying here. Really spend some time and sort of meditate on this verse. Paul's saying a lot here. The first thing he says is only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ. And that's the main thing that you're probably going to really want to memorize and preach back to yourself. Whatever you're doing, gosh, Lord, let my manner of life, let the way I live my life be worthy of the gospel of Jesus Christ. That's the goal for all of us as believers, as followers of the Lord Jesus, to live lives in such a way that it is worthy of this amazing gospel of Jesus. And then he says that he talks to these Philippians and lets them know that whether he comes and sees them or whether he's absent, that he hears about them, that they are living out this life worthy of the gospel, and that they're living this in a manner that shows unity to the rest of the world. That they're striving side by side, that they're in one spirit, in one mind. So just think about all those little phrases there, those little terms, and that will help you to memorize the verse. However, this is a long verse, and this is one that I would draw a picture for to help me memorize it, and that's one I did. I think I actually showed you a glimpse of the picture on yesterday's video as to what I had drawn. I was actually showing you verse 26, but verse 27 was right under there. For my picture, I just drew the first part. Only let your manner of life be worthy of the gospel of Christ. I think that will be very easy for you. You probably already know that. You've probably heard that many times. The rest is where you'll have trouble. So where it says, so whether I come and see you or am absent, I may hear of you. So I just drew a picture of an ear. I can't even draw an ear. I didn't realize how hard it was to draw an ear. I tried to draw a picture of an ear with a little projectile showing that I'm listening, I'm hearing something. And then it says, so whether I hear of you, that you are standing firm in one spirit. And I drew once again a little ghost for a spirit. I'm not sure. You may have a better way to draw that. And then with one mind. So I have the spirit pointing to a little picture of a brain. I drew a crude picture of a brain, so that reminds me of one mind. And then below that, I drew like three little stick men to remind me of striving side by side. And then I drew a little arrow under that, and then I drew the in all caps the word fog, F-O-G, striving side by side for the faith of the gospel. That's a term that we don't use a lot, and so I was having trouble, the gospel of faith or whatever. I was getting the words out of order, so I just remember the word fog. So now every time I go to this verse, I think fog, faith of the gospel. I never forget it. So that may help you as well. Next week, since we're taking next week off, I'm going to spend some time in a couple videos sharing with you a technique that's called the journey method. I wrote about it in the book that I shared with you. I haven't taught it yet. It's a little complicated, but it's one that I use all the time, and it would be great for a verse like this. So Next week, I'll if you're having trouble with this verse, I'll share with you this journey method. It'll probably take a couple videos to do it because it's a little bit complex. It's a method used by magicians, mentalists, public speakers. If you've ever seen a public speaker remember a whole group of people's names, this is the method they probably use. If you've seen some kind of memory expert memorize like a whole deck of cards, this is probably what they use. And I've never really seen it apply before to Bible memory, but I used to study this method a lot. When I was doing magic shows and back in my career in sales and things like that. And I think it's perfect for Bible memory work. And so I'll spend some time next week showing you how this technique can help you with challenging verses like this. But just draw pictures, be creative, think about what Paul is saying here, and I think you'll be fine. Okay, well, that is it for today. God bless you guys, and we will see you tomorrow.